And welcome back. We're picking where we left off last time in Shadow Empire in our self-imposed Fear of Walking challenge, where the professional army is not allowed to walk around the blisteringly hot planet with molten lava running down rivers. Seems fairly reasonable. Apparently the locals, we're going to let the militia do that, but the professional army is not. The professional army must ride some sort of vehicle. Whether they be a tank or be an infantryman riding a truck, they need some sort of wheeled or walking transportation. We're picking where we left off last time in round 17, where we have one decision awaiting us. Ooh, we got an automated factory. I think, and this is the decision. I think for this decision, we're just gonna hit nothing. Don't research anything. We're happy with what we got. We're obviously going to put that automated factory down.
Yes, sir.
We are seeing that the danger is declining. Worker happiness is a little low. So let's go ahead and call up the governor. We will go ahead and raise the worker salary.
Yes, sir.
As it gets us above 50 again. That's tolerable. We got a shortage of workers, so obviously we're not going to do any construction for the turn. Got back to this HQ. I think we're probably going to disband him unless we get really lucky and he recruits up some spare people. Okay, we've got a loose picket coming from the water mine down here up to where we have our motorized troops. So that is looking good. If we can, we want to hold into that cave. At some point, we may want to reconnect with our eastern portion, or at least the northern portion up here where we've got all the ruins. But we need more troops to guard that entire front. Have 9 political power. Not a guarantee success on an income tax, but it probably is worth doing. Currently have a net... Okay, so apparently our expenses are too smaller than our revenue, but that is with us selling food and water, which are both currently reasonably priced on the planet. There will reach a point where those won't generate us any revenue. So let's go ahead and drop 1 income tax.
Roger that.
Fails to roll it. That's fair. That happens. Could do a bureaucratic push. Let's roll that. Fails that as well. Did gain a little bit of BP to be invested. Okay. Then the leader stuff. Could play a bonus. What is our least happy person? The secretary. Let's try... Oh, not the silver retirement. Bonus. Giving a bonus to the secretary.
Roger that.
Successfully plays, it gives him 23 more opinion. So he's still sub 50, so we're still likely to have bad events with him, but a lot less likely to have bad events. And we'll generate a little more revenue by selling off chunk of rare earth metals. And then cycle the turn. We are going to have to take more of the planet over. We are going to have to locate more people. Oh, and I am seeing we do have access to 1 volcano. So if we get some volcano power, that would be an interesting source of power on such a hot planet. And, of course, solar is apparently pretty good on this planet, so more solar wouldn't hurt. Okay, we know there's a rifle militia over... marauder over there. We killed 300 infantry in the defense. We now have them perfectly surrounded, so we can carry out an offensive and probably deal with them. Until mind-based one there. And motorized units attack. that problem's dealt with. We'll probably come running down here. We think there is one rifle militia down here. One hostile rifle militia down there. I'm gonna go ahead and using the occasional option, make about 200 ammo. Not a lot of ammo, but just a little bit. We could draft some colonists. We're not really thinking about colonizing yet. We do have another bonus card. Could potentially go for a bonus card. Could also, this guy wasn't a particularly great capacity leader. Could retire him with a bronze retirement. Yeah, let's hit him with bronze retirement. So now we've got an empty leader pool. But we got rid of the person who has was cap 0. So that's something we might start working on, is also slowly improving the capacity of our leaders. Advisors is a position where we can keep bad advisors. Commander is fine. Commander. SSQ commander. Okay, so the SSQ commander is someone we might at some point want to improve, but could be useful for the moment. Okay, so let's send a bonus the way of Secretary.
Roger that.
So we now got him up above 50, so we should stop having bad events from him. We didn't have any recently, so it's closer you get 50 plus, the less likely you have bad events associated with the leader doing things he's not supposed to, mostly. We're not actively constructing anything. Workers have almost hired up. Should reasonably expect them to be hired up next turn. We got 5 rounds to complete that. We are 2 BP short. I'm gonna go ahead and splurge. We're gonna go ahead and pick up bureaucratic office here.
Yes, sir.
We'll complete in 3 turns. It will apply on the 4th turn, which will complete that demand. So that'll be the construction we work on. These guys are gonna move down. We have a concept that there's a marauder down here, which we're gonna go run down and deal with. I'm then also thinking about raising trucks in preparation for getting a second motorized.
Roger that.
Grab a junior, so we do have a spare for the personnel. Cap 3, spare. Yeah, pretty balanced. Pretty balanced, reasonable capacity. Definitely a good choice. We'll give it one more turn and we'll start recruiting up in preparation to raise another formation of motorized land infantry. What we'll do is I think we'll pre-construct the motorized, so we get the manpower refund on the motorized. And then we'll have an idea how many more men we need to fill out the uniforms. Desiree League, round 19, we have 1 decision. Sub-localizer tower, pheromone device. Root talent. All pretty good. We did have some semi-serious fighting last turn, which is where we went through all the bullets. Went through 224 bullets. So we'll go ahead and quickly make some replacement bullets. The stockpile stays about the same. Once again, we're going to go ahead and ignore this. We're not going to be doing planes anytime soon, I think, with our petrol capacity. And we haven't researched anything really that's a replacement or an improvement. We're going to do replenishment. I'm going to go ahead and replenish motorized. 55 units of motorized. We can't. Let's stop it. Oh, because, okay. So we get the 460 buses. And well, so that only cost us 1,000. So then we can go ahead and grab another 90. So that's all the trucks we need to go in the new unit. So that's telling us if we want to fully recruit the new unit, we need 4 more turns of recruiting. Which doesn't sound too bad. That sounds pretty doable. And then we'll have 2 units, and we can go both directions. Let's look at what the victory progress is looking at. We are in 5th, because we really haven't grown. Mostly it looks like... Well, actually, no, there's been some population growth, so some of these guys might have taken over some cities. Or maybe they've just been growing faster than us. That's plausible. Especially if we have cards, not like Draft Colonists, like Track Free Throw, where we can pull people in. We'll go ahead and get the sub-local tower down.
Yes, sir.
I'm going to go ahead and hold on to our pheromone device, not play that right away. If we get a second one, I'll probably go ahead and put it on the secretary. Because the secretary does all the backup roles until you have the appropriate person. Yeah, everyone's reasonably happy. Secretary could do a little bit of improvement, but... And we're trying to get a truth rating up, and it does look like we're going to be able to get another truth rating jump with that one. Okay, that's the League. 2 decisions, around 20. Cloning facility. So we got a cloning facility. That's nice. That'll be great. Action candidate. We'll always take a spare one. Worst case scenario, we'll give him an early retirement. We'll drop these both down to 10. What I think we're going to do is we're also going to go ahead and bias in favor of the Supreme Command Council at this point. So we're going to go and do 50, 30. It's also the economic research down a bit, but get a little bit more political power that way. Oh, and we can see I wasn't paying too much attention because the unit's on top of it. The civilians have built up the ice mine. That's where the road's coming from that we're running down. Now, wouldn't necessarily be a bad place to actually put a city at some point, so we may contemplate starting to get some colonists going. And we'll definitely be looking to colonize if we're getting cloning facilities.
Yes, sir.
Let's put a cloning facility down. Now we know we have one. Food's full. Water's full. Petrol we're still consuming a little bit more than we use. That's going to be one problem if we build up another unit, I suppose. Oh, and that's the construction from trying to build the bureaucratic office. Okay. So that should pass over time. Do I want the unit? I'm gonna be conservative. We're not gonna deploy the unit until we've got the tree to fill out the boots. Boots to ride the vehicles. We could draft some workers. Don't think we need to draft some workers. We could draft colonists, but again, I don't think we're desperate for that right now. If we decide we want a colony, grabbing this would be 5% of the population. 5% of the population in the capital is a lot. Though the capital isn't very, very big. The capital is only 1,000 big. Or 100,000 big. Let's swap over to... Actually, no. We're going to save up for those free folk. That's one reason I want to swap to more political power. Okay. Everything else looks good, so let's take the turn. Decil League, round 21. We have 3 decisions. We just discovered motorbikes, so we'll go ahead and generate some of those. We got another cloning facility, so now we're really interested in setting a second colony up so we can get a second cloning facility going. Now let's actually go look at that cloning facility that we've got set up. So here, that's not the cloning facility. Government owned, yeah. The cloning facility is providing 1,000 pops every turn. For the cost of paying 100 workers to keep it going, which is almost nothing. So yeah, I definitely want to get another cloning facility going. I'm thinking setting it up on this water mine is not a bad place for it. And then if we get another one, we'll probably do it up here. Which, to be fair, if we're doing that, we want to go ahead and spread out a little bit. We'll actually make the 20 or the 200 guy the guard for the holding. Okay, and the motorized should be able to encircle and deal with these guys one at a time. Decision-wise, you want 133, 55 controlled. 55. So you want that hex controlled. How many turns? 29. We're on 21. Yeah, I think we can do that. Favoring design. And we'll develop the motorbike infantry. Automatic rifle. Padded fire suits. Because the motorbike troops, to be fair, can't wield much armor. They're good for reconnaissance, they're not actually necessarily as good as the buggies are for fighting. Now we may actually... yeah, after we get the next motorized brigade up, we'll probably deploy some either buggies or motorcycles or something to do more reconnaissance. Fire more territory. Knowing that we need to go to there, let's push this guy a little forward. And then let's... Zone-wise, we were going to save up for tracked free folk. I'm going to actually delay that. We're going to play draft colonists.
Roger that.
Draft 500 colonists from our population. Does decrease loyalty, or does decrease happiness loyalty, so we don't want to do that too much. We do it again. Oh no, that's draft workers. Colonists we're on board with, workers we're not interested in. Could do a volunteer drive for more troops, but we're not going to be desperate for that either. Increase sales tax. Really, we want income tax. We will take a little bit of sales tax.
Roger that.
That wouldn't be too bad. Okay. So next turn we'll have 500 colonists. Let's also call up
Standing by. Yes, sir.
the zone controller and say, hey, can you get me 500 colonists a turn?
Yes, sir.
That way we can get this colony going real quick. Well, the cloning facility is going to help also with getting the colony going real quick, but priorities. We don't want to just make it reliant on having a cloning facility. Okay, bullets are fine, troops are moving. Cycle the turn. Yeah, I actually would have expected more likely the last run that we had to have cloning facilities. This one I was kind of like, I'm just going to re-roll the population a couple times, and we got really lucky with a major city, major ruined city where we've looted some cloning facilities from. Was not expecting that. Got some couple nice high-tech artifacts here. Round 22, we have 3 decisions. There's our bureaucracy that we needed for that promise. So you want that hex. I can see why you want the hex. It's got a hex perk on it. Android cave. 5% governor XP. Okay. Pull them back into blue. Okay, is that the one with the asset? That one's the one with the asset. Or is it... that one's the one with the asset. We'll figure out once they move off. Yeah, that one's the one with the asset. Okay. Okay, so we've pushed them back up into there. Well, we didn't push them, they walked up in there, to be fair. We're going to want to extend the road a little bit. Like so. So that'll make that green. One. Probably isn't really extending it by very much. But we'll go that far. That'll be fine for the moment. We now have... because we recruited 500 and drafted 500, so we have 1,000 colonists. Let's go ahead and make this new zone.
Roger that.
We are going to want military research at some
Roger
point, so
that.
we'll pick it up now. Nomads are shouldering our traders. Order the army to help, or tell them no. Or do nothing.
Yes, sir.
Okay, we'll say no. Traders are disappointed that do not confidence them. Okay. Then yeah, we'll make this a new zone.
Roger that.
SHQ1. We'll give it some zone borders. And then we will colonize the zone with workers. 1,000 workers.
Roger that.
The zone also inherits enough people usually to work whatever asset it has. So in this case, it had a public asset, so it inherited the workers to work the public asset. We'll go ahead and get the cloning facility in right away. That was the main reason we jumped 100,000 workers there. And then, actually, I'm going to want a little bit more than just a dirt road going out there. Let's seal the road over. And can I go ahead and start building a truck station? Yeah, it's going to be a bit tight worker-wise trying to build it. We'll start building a truck station there. some point we'll probably put a rail line as well, but moment truck stage is good enough. And then we're going to need some leaders. We'll recruit a talent, hopefully to put in charge of the city. And junior, I'm thinking. Yeah.
Roger that.
Because we're going to have two jobs. We're going to have this job, and we're going to have the research job. And the turn after, we're going to raise a brigade, and then we're going to need guys to command the brigade. So we need a lot of leaders. So yes, the personnel, the unassigned personnel pool is a little big. We got 4 personnel. Could potentially use a opinion buff on the secretary. Actually, given the circumstances, the secretary could probably get hit with the Medal of Merit.
Roger that.
Get him over 50. So yeah, I think we're good for the turn. Let's cycle the turn. And to be fair, now that we've got the cloning facility down, we might at some point pull another one, and then we will have another colony, so on and so forth. Artillery and infantry have 5 decisions. We kept their promise to conquer the hex. We might not hold on to the hex, but we've taken it over. Something it did just gave me a bunch of BP. BP just jumped up to 700. Interesting. Found an ancient structure near processing cave. 9 machinery secured. Yeah, I don't necessarily know how stable that bureaucracy improvement's going to be. Oh, that might have been the bureaucratic office completing. Okay. Okay, that makes a little bit more sense. Why are you so grumpy? We ran out of money for some reason. Why do we not have enough money to pay you? Okay, let's work through this. 148,60 you want conquered for Fist. Yeah, well, I'm on board with that. 148. $60. So there's something out there, they think. Okay, that might be a mistake, but we'll try it. Military council or governor. So you got a cap of 3 and a 7. You got a cap of 2 and a 0. And okay, there's gonna be a cap of 3 unless we give the 2 out. This is the researcher, so cap 3, 51 int is actually pretty good for a researcher. Yeah. So make you the researcher. Research again, I think is going to be favoring discovery right now. We haven't discovered what we want, which is fair. What are we really looking for? We'd like guarded RPG, but that's not a rush job. Laser rifles is not a rush job. Probably polymer armor, because we need polymer for heavy combat. We need Gauss for charge Gauss. Yes, we're definitely searching for stuff, so favor discovery. And this is the case where it can actually research, because it works as a Air Force one until you split the Air Force one off. So it could do either aerodynamic design or aircraft design. Well, if it work on some aerodynamic design. We can get a capacity 3, not well suited for the job, or capacity 2, not well suited for the job. The Cassie 3 one's going to grow into it faster, so we'll get the job. Okay, we are... Obviously, we're going to dump the colonist in. All 500 colonists in. Because of the cloning facility, it is growing real fast. Then we're going to go ahead and raise a formation of motorized using SHQ troops. There we go. That should just work. Yep. Because it's using... Oh, wait, it hasn't handed them the trucks yet, but it will on the turn roll. Yeah. So that's that, that's that. We'll hold push these guys north to try to control the zone up here. So I can push it south, because we have that quest to go running out here. I suppose we're going to want to run the road out into the Plains Rocky, so let's assume we are going to have to go running off into the, well, not desert, luckily not the desert, to achieve that goal. Oof, immediately feeling the weight of the sand here. Yeah, we're pushing into the city. We could attack with these guys, but I think we want to bring the whole brigade in if we're going to do that. Push you down there. There's another volcano. Okay, so that's definitely going well. Truck station will finish next turn. That'll help with the logistics going past here. Not that we're having logistics problems yet, but always best to preempt them before you get them. I may even splurge a little bit. Let's go ahead and put an upgrade on the truck station here.
Yes, sir.
Everything keeps going well. I might actually even go so far as to put a rail line in. Granted, the colony is going to take a little while before we want to... First thing we're going to do is probably set up that scrapping place. That's all it's going to be working on for a while. Zone loyalty. Now we've rolled on the zone loyalty on the SHQ, which is where we got it. Oh, we do, before I end the turn, I need money. A couple different ways to get money. Selling rare earths is a good way to start. Got a lot of metal, so we can go ahead and sell the metal off for quite a bit.
Roger that.
And that should hopefully be enough to pay the personnel. Treasury cash flow. Yeah, the expenses apparently have gone shooting up to 558. What was the big expense? Odessa worker wages. Okay, that makes sense. Very high worker wages. 513. Okay, we're paying everything to the workers. That's fair. That's fair. So yeah, we are definitely very interested in getting a income tax. And I need to stay on top of making sure I've got the money on the intern to pay the workers. Oh, good thing to see we have another water deposit down there. That's a league round 24. We have 4 decisions. Got the bike boys. Okay, so we can pile in. We should be able to get that guy next turn. Do we want to push the motorized down here? I do. We got a quest down here. Like, I want to go northwest, but the northwest is being quiet, and we got a quest in the southeast. So we'll probably push the motorized that way. You want another bureaucratic asset? Okay.
Yes, sir.
Nothing there. Forbid the trade of intoxicating substances so we can get government.
Yes, sir.
This is where I might hand out the Cap 1 guy a job. Keep the last Cap 2. Well, Cap 2 is not super great either. At least this guy likes fist in government, so he'll be happy. Yeah, let's push these guys down the road. This way. And then colonists get dropped in here as population for the moment. So we finished the truck station. We're not going to immediately go rushing to upgrade that one. This one over here is still building. We are going to go ahead and, to meet our request, start building the high command offices.
Yes, sir.
Oh, and of course we're doing a bunch of stuff, so the petrol's going away. Do need to be a little bit careful of that we don't go through all the petrol. But at the same time, I don't really got any good solutions to that issue to prevent that from happening. Could expand scavenging, but that's not a good place for it. That one wouldn't be too bad. But we've got worker issues, so... Oh, and power issues? We're actually using more power than we're making. Liberalism zone... No, we're getting power from the zone. I'm surprised that's the case, then. $521 made, consumed 310. So you outputted power, so you weren't power throttled because you're power throttled. Interesting. Might be tempting then to, if that is actually a power issue, to upgrade the power bank. But that's going to make the work issue more of a problem again. We'll hold off. We'll just cycle the turn. Yeah, we'll cycle the turn. Before I do that, let's look at the victory progress. We are still in 5th. We haven't really declined any. And I think, if anything, I think we've gone up, because we've been getting some more planet. We've been having our population go up a little bit. So I'm going to cycle the turn here. We're going to see what happens on this end turn, and that's where I'm going to go ahead and put the part break in. So if you're watching YouTube, there will be another part up tomorrow. We're going to try to record 2 more parts tonight for a total of 5. If you're watching on Twitch, there should be a shorter break than the last one. Just going to go check up on the family, and then I'll be right back to recording. Okay, nothing really concerning looks like it happened over the end turn. So, until the next time, wish you all the best of luck and a good time. Catch you all in the next one, and bye for now.